Today, I told my mom that I have no internal monologue and she stared at me like I have 3 heads. Is having one common? I sincerely thought it was a fictional concept that Dexter made up. It shocks me beyond belief to know that people may have one. How do you do it? I can't imagine doing that. Edit. Yes guys, I get it. I'm an NPC. Please like, subscribe and comment so I can create more videos for you. Wait, so do you never have an internal monologue? Like for example when you were writing this post, were you not saying in your mind what you wanted to write and maybe mulling over it a bit in your head like no, I should phrase it this way, etc. ? Some people can't picture things in their mind either. Like a scene while they're reading. I can't even comprehend. Yes thank you everyone. It's called aphantasia. I can tell you right now I spend more time in my head than in any other place, conversations, etc. I live in my head. Me and my brain are best friends. Same. I can't imagine not talking to myself. Also I play music all the time and make new beats and stuff. But it's changing a little on my new antidepressants. I find myself thinking to myself less. I would consider it a miracle if I ever had a single moment where just one thought was happening. It's like a beehive up in here. Mine is like 2-3 people having a conversation. It's me, the cynical me, and the optimist me. Usually the other 2 are quiet, but if I'm emotionally attached then I get all 3. I'm so confused by this thread, my mind's racing. What is a thought without an inner voice? It can be multiple things. Images, feelings, unsymbolic things that are in your mind before you translate them to words. Internal monologues are common. Basically, in the past few years, going wait, do other people actually think differently than I do? Has become more common, with people who can and can't make visual pictures in their mind being another point of discussion. I sigh every time I see one of those threads pop up. Because there really is something very intriguing about the possibility that my mind works differently from other people's minds. But people will jump to lots of conclusions about it in order to be part of the cool different minds group. I'm not saying it's not a real thing or anything, but it's definitely one of those cool science things that people obsess over without actually learning about. So if your boss asks you do something right at the point you were planning to leave work, you don't think oh fucking shitballs what a pain in your head while saying no problem at all boss out loud? My husband and I just had a discussion about this. When he stares off he literally thinks about nothing. Absolute silence in his brain. I, on the other hand, never have silence in my brain. I not only have an inner monologue, I have full conversations in my head. I run through multiple scenarios, all possibilities, any potential outcomes. I constantly talk to myself in my head, and there is an unending string of thoughts at all times about multiple things. I am exhausted. I definitely have an inner voice, usually just me chastising myself for being socially awkward. Edit. Thank you for the silver kind stranger, although I don't think I deserve it. 3. Same. Lots of PPL do this as we're wired to be always try to be better or see others succeed more from our POF. I just got into therapy and learned about Burns' ABC model. It's great for understanding what anxiety is. I realized with several aha moments what I was thinking, that is being hard and negative towards myself. I don't have one either unless I force it. I only really form sentences in my head when I'm imagining a dialogue with someone. Same here. Sometimes I actually catch myself saying a full sentence mentally, then stop and just think the concept because it's faster. Me neither. I also thought it was just a fictional concept used in movies. This thread made me realize it isn't. $1 million to anyone who can transfer one of the 100s of voices inside my head to this user's legit offer. It can be tough. I had a hard time sleeping when I was a teen because I couldn't get that internal monologue to stop. It didn't help that it bounced from topic to topic in mere seconds. I still have difficulties sometimes now even at 30, but it's definitely better now. Probably why I read a lot. It seems to be the only activity that shuts down my incessant internal monologue. Interesting that you don't have that. Must be so peaceful. And thanks to whomever posted the ADHD thread. That was very enlightening. So what happening in your brain then? How do you think things through before acting on it or saying something? I definitely don't have an internal monologue, and my brain just processes each thing and the right one comes to the fore. It doesn't need words. I feel like describing the analysis would only slow the thoughts down honestly. This thread on an external web page, might be of interest to you. It is very common to have one, but it is also common to not have one. It's a bit like with wiping your ass after pooping. There's people who do that standing up and people who do that sitting down, and the majority of people don't know about the existence of the group they aren't in, and those who do know find the other group very weird. Surprise, none of the comments seem to include this article that went viral a while back. Not everyone conducts in a Speech Psychology Today webpage.